Hi guys, Khamzat Chimaev here, and today back with another UFC prediction video on the channel. Today getting my predictions for UFC 328 Chimaev versus Strickland. Now we did really well last week's card, UFC Perth. We pretty much got nearly every pick correct apart from the main event. I picked JDM. It was a mistake. He got absolutely pieced up by Pride. Didn't get finished like most of Pride's opponents has been, but yeah, still got pieced up quite badly, and then yeah, these leg kicks and stuff just got put out. It was sad to see, but overall was a decent card, quite a few finishes, and yeah, enjoyed it. And it looks like we have another good card this weekend. I'm going to give my predictions for it today, but before I do that, make sure you guys are new around here and you're enjoying this content, you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's much appreciated. So I've got the card up in front of me. There's 13 fights this week, and kick things off the first prelim of Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. Now, I'm picking Carpenter to win this fight here. I mean, both guys 8-2 records. But Carpenter hasn't had the best of runs recently. Lost his last two fights in a row, but lost to Bekov, who's a good fighter. Then lost to Phil Ho in his last fight. Got submitted before that. His two losses, he was 8-0. I think he was pretty good. Come off the Contender Series. Won twice in the UFC by submission, and was looking good. His opponent is a Peruvian man in Ochoa. He's 8-2 as well. 25 years of age. Also lost two fights in the UFC. Has one win himself. Lost to Kavanagh, who's gone on to do big things, and lost to Alvarez, who's also decent fighter. So both these guys losing to better fighters in the division, but not too bad themselves. But I just feel like Carpenter showed some promise at the start of his UFC career. 2 wins by submission. I feel like he just he looked better than Ochoa did. He's only got one win. It was against Cody Durden by KO. So I feel like Carpenter's going to come in here, get the victory, but I don't think he's going to finish the Peruvian man, to be fair. So I'm going to back Carpenter to win by decision. And now we're moving up the card to where Bisangar Susurkaev versus Dawson Santos. Now, I'm picking Susurkaev to win this fight. He's 11-0. He's undefeated Russian man. He's pretty good as well. I mean, he's had 2 fights so far in the UFC, as well as a Contender Series fight. He hasn't looked the greatest, to be fair. I think people have saying he's been found out, but he's still been getting the job done. Took Eric McConaughey to round number 3, got the KO. Then before that, subbed Eric Nolan in round number 2. But I mean, he was fighting pretty quickly. I mean, he fought 4 days after his Contender Series win, which is crazy, and then fought again a couple months after. So he had a bit more time off now. It's probably for the best for him. And he's fighting Santos here, who's a Brazilian man. He's looked alright in the UFC. I mean, he's had one loss to Aussie Diaz, but won his last fight against Danny Barlow, who's a decent fighter. Won in the Contender Series as well. So overall, he's not bad, but I just don't see him beating Susurkaev here. I mean, it's Susurkaev just looks good. He's got a bit of hype behind him, a few finishes. So I'm backing Susurkaev to keep his finish streak going and get the KO. And now, moving up the card, we go to Pat Sabatini versus William Gomis. Now, I actually think Gomis gets the job done here, even though Sabatini's been on a pretty good run recently, to be fair. I mean, he's won his last 3 fights in a row in the UFC. Before that, obviously got KO'd by Diego Lopez, got KO'd by Damon Jackson as well. But around that, means he's had a pretty decent UFC career. He's 8-2 the minute. He's 35 years old, but I mean, to be fair, he's still winning fights. He looks good. He's been getting a few decision wins recently. Gomis, on the other hand, the Frenchman, I think he's a good fighter as well. I mean, he's had one loss in the UFC. That was a split decision loss to Hyder and Mill. Around that, he's just got all wins. Most going to decision, but has a few KO one KO win in there as well against Gamuri. Beat Ruchala in his last fight as well, who's a decent fighter as well. So overall, I don't know. It's probably going to be a close one. This, I can't see either one really being that convincing. Probably going to be 29-28 today, but I'm going to pick Gomis to win this one by decision. And now we move up the card to where Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Now, took a bit of time for me to decide this, but I'm backing Kopylov to win this fight. Not my most confident pick ever, I can't lie, but it's more of a Hail Mary shot because, I mean, if you look at Kopylov's record, he's lost a couple times recently. He obviously lost to Anthony Hernandez, got subbed there, then won a couple, but then lost to Paulo Costa and Greg Rodriguez back to back. But I mean, still has some really good finishes in the UFC. I mean, he's got so many wins by KO. I mean, obviously, head kick KO'd Chris Curtis, got a head kick over Ribeiro and stuff. I mean, he's just got some really cool KOs. Obviously, Tulio, he also has some good KOs as well in the UFC. I mean, he's on a 2-fight winning streak before his last one, where he lost to CLD by KO, which is kind of like backing me to pick Kopylov here, because like if this is a standard match, I feel like Kopylov is a good striker. I mean, he's terrible on the ground. He cannot grapple to save himself. But I feel like against Tulio, unless Tulio mixed in the grappling, could keep it on the feet, say it's a striker match. And I don't know, I can see routes, paths to victory for Kopylov, and I'm going to back him to win. So I'm going to back Kopylov to win by KO. And next up on the card, we have Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Now, I'm not picking the 42-year-old here. I'm going with Gordon to win this fight, even though he is about 37, 38 himself. Yeah, he's 37 years old. But I don't know. I feel like he should be the better fighter in this fight. Obviously, Jim Miller's still got it, you know, even as old as he is. He lost to Chase Hooper in his last fight, but before that, subbed Damon Jackson. Was on a decent run before he fought Bobby Green on UFC 300 as well. So just overall, he loses a couple, wins a couple. He's Jim Miller at the end of the day. He does what he likes. But I just think Gordon, he did lose his last fight, got KO'd by Rafa Garcia. But, I mean, around that, he has some decent wins. Before that, he had 2 KOs, lost a split decision to Hack Prast, and he had an interesting UFC career. But into 9-7 overall, he's a solid fighter, so I feel like he gets the job done here. Nothing flashy. I just feel like he's going to beat Jim Miller by decision. And next up, we move up the card to Grant Dawson versus Mateusz Rębecki. Now, I'm going with Rębecki to win this fight. You know, I can see Grant Dawson winning, but if he wins, it's going to be a boring fight. And I can't see that from Rębecki. I mean, if you look at his last 3 wins, well, 3 fights in the UFC even, all being fights of the night. I mean, he just puts on a show. He's only won one of them as well, which is the Oral-by one, won by split decision. But before that, after that, lost his decision to Chris Duncan, lost a majority decision to Klein. I mean, he just puts on a great fight, and you've got to love it. Grant Dawson, on the other hand, did get KO'd in his last fight, so maybe we'll see Rębecki getting a KO here. You never know. Makes it scrappy. But before that, was on a 3-fight winning streak after he got KO'd again by King Green. So overall, I mean, I feel like Grant Dawson should win this, to be fair, if he grapples him, keeps him down and stuff. But I'm backing Rębecki to make this an interesting fight, and if he does, I feel like he wins it. So I'm going to back Rębecki to win by decision. And next upon the card, we have Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov. Now, it took me quite a bit of time to figure out who was going to pick it. I was looking back and forth at the records recently and stuff, and I'm going to back the Ukrainian man in Amosov to win this fight. You know, I feel like it's going to be a close one. And both these guys are pretty good. I mean, Amosov 29-1, only 1 loss in Bellator. His last fight there, lost the belt to Jason Jackson. Then he's had 2 finishes in a row as Amosov came to the UFC, beat Neil Magny by submission round 1. But I mean, if he didn't beat Neil Magny, there's something up there, you know. But on the other hand, Alvarez has been a really good run, 4-fight winning streak, a couple of good KOs as well in there. Just beat Vicente Luque by decision in his last fight. I mean, he's looked good apart from losing to Arman Sarukian. He's had a load of wins in the UFC, loads of finishes, 17 by submission. Obviously, Amosov is a very good submission artist as well. Got 12 wins by submission. So we could see this go to the ground. I can see that happening. But I feel like Alvarez can survive on the ground. He's never been submitted before in his career. So I see this going the distance. But this is the thing. I don't know who wins, really. I'm not confident. But I'm going to back Amosov to get this done. Maybe in the grappling exchange and stuff. So I'm going to back Amosov to win by decision. And now we move to the last prelim on the card, Ateba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. Now, I'm picking Gautier to win by KO. Do we need to say much else? Probably not, but I will. Gautier, I mean, to be fair, didn't win by KO in his last fight, I've got to say. Won by decision against Pulev. I mean, everyone's parlays would have been cooked, probably, because pretty sure myself included, Gautier to win by KO. It was guaranteed to happen. I think the odds were terrible, but yeah, he didn't do it. Went into decision in the end. But I mean, before that, you know, who's just killing people? Gautier, he's very good fighter, 10-1. Ozzy Diaz, you know, it's not the worst. Won his last fight against Santos, we just talked about, but did get KO'd on the contender series against Pfeiffer. Did get KO'd by Mingyang Zhang as well. He's been KO'd a few times in his career. So yeah, I just feel like he's not going to be the same level as Gautier here. He's 35 as well. Gautier's going to win this, and he gets the KO. And now we're on to the main card now with Bobby Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Now, Bobby Green, very good performance in his last fight. I'm picking Bobby Green to win this fight. But yeah, he had a very good performance in his last one against Zellhuber. I picked Zellhuber. Probably a lot of people did. Zellhuber's just crap, man. He's so bad. But Bobby Green showed him up. Got the KO in the end as well. He looked pretty slick in that fight. I don't know if that was because Bobby Green was good or Zellhuber made him look good. I'm not sure. But I mean, he's got an interesting style. He's decent in the minute. Jeremy Stephens, on the other hand, 39 years old now, so just battle of the unks here, really. Both old guys. 29 and 22 in total. Got signed back to the UFC last year. Lost against Mason Jones, but it was a good fight, to be fair. It was in like his hometown of like Seattle or something. I don't know where it was. But gave him a good fight, and he's back again. He's got another fight here. I thought it might be just like a one-fight deal or something with the UFC to bring him back. But fighting Bobby Green here. Got KO'd by Mike Perry in like bare knuckle boxing between this fight and the last one. So yeah, just don't see Jeremy Stephens winning a fight, to be honest, in the UFC again. So I'm picking Green to win this fight, and I reckon he gets the decision. And now, moving up the card, we have Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Now, I'm backing Brady to win this fight. I do think he bounces back after his last loss to Mike Morales. I was one of the, not many people picking Morales in that fight. I think Brady was the favourite, but I was thinking Morales is so good. I mean, he's undefeated in that. I just couldn't see Brady beating him in any way. I mean, especially Morales on the feet, he's much better. But you know what, Brady is still obviously a good fighter. Submitted Leon Edwards, beat Gil Burns for that and stuff. He's got a lot of wins in the UFC. He's a solid fighter, and I just feel like he's better than Buckley, to be honest. Like, Buckley was on a good run, to be fair. Was doing very well, beating like Colby Covington, Wonderboy, Ruziboyev and stuff. He went on a really good run, but then came up against Usman and yeah, got showing up in that fight. Went to decision. Remember, I slept through that fight. I had too many drinks. I woke up the next day thinking, damn, I blacked out and missed the fight. But I got told by my mate, I just fell asleep for the main event. I mean, that's how boring it must have been. But Sean Brady, I think he gets the job done here. I don't think he's going to finish Buckley, to be honest. He was definitely not going to KO him, and I don't think he's going to submit him either. So I'm going to back Brady to win by decision. Now, next up, we move to some heavyweights. Now, Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Now, I think Volkov should pretty easily get this done, to be honest. I mean, if we're just doing MMA math, Cortes-Acosta lost to Pavlovich. Volkov beat him, but that doesn't really work in UFC. But I mean, still, I think like Acosta has been on a good run, to be fair to him. I mean, he's only one loss in his last 8 fights or something, or like 8 or 9 fights has been to Pavlovich. I mean, he's won every other fight, been on a 3-fight winning streak. But you've got to feel like he's not been beaten that great of opponents. He's like, he beat Delija. Delicia's like not that great. I mean, he had a good first fight, but then since then not looked that great. Then got KO Gaziev, who's not that great either. KO Derek Lewis, he's like 45. So I mean, he's just like, yes, he's been getting the job done, but has he been beating the guys Volkov's beaten that in his career? I don't think so. I mean, Volkov beat Cyril Gahn, robbery of a decision. Beat Jelton Almeida. He probably robbed Almeida, to be honest. But can you blame the judges because Almeida didn't throw a punch in the whole fight? It's kind of mad. But yeah, before that, I mean, he's just a very solid guy. Lost to Gahn twice on his record. Lost to Aspinall, and around that beat most other people. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like Volkov's just the better fighter here. More skilled. He is 37 now. But I mean, how old is Cortes-Acosta? He's quite old as well. He's 34. So yeah, I just feel like Volkov's the better heavyweight here, and I reckon he gets the job done by decision. And now we move up to the first title fight on this card. We've Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Now, I'm backing Taira to win this fight. I don't know if he's the favourite, the underdog. I don't know what the odds are. But this fight was meant to be on one of the other cards recently, UFC 327 maybe. I don't know. They pulled it because I think Van was injured. So I don't know. But it's made way onto this card. And you know what? I think Taira gets this done. I mean, he's 18-1, 20. These guys must be like the lowest age combined for like a title fight ever. I mean, 26 years old versus Van, he's like 24, 25. He's like, yeah, combined age of like 50 years old is kind of crazy. But yeah, Taira's been looking good. I mean, he's only lost once in the UFC and in his career, and that was the split decision to Brandon Royval. But since then, got 2 finishes, got the KO against Brandon Moreno. Was maybe a little bit of an early stoppage, but still, Moreno rocked and was a good finish there. To be fair, got the job done. Van obviously somehow got the title shot off. Well, no, not the title shot. The title of Pantoja. In like that was horrible to watch when I was like up for like till 5 a.m. just to watch Pantoja break his arm. I was like, for God's sake, it was so annoying. And yeah, that was he's still a good fighter. I mean, obviously, I feel like both these guys would end up fighting for a title anyways, if even if Pantoja didn't go out that way. I mean, these two are obviously going to rise through the division. They're so good. I mean, this division can really talented at the minute. We've got like Carpenter as well coming up. If only Mikhaev was about. he's just never coming back to the UFC apparently. But yeah, this would be a good fight, a very high level fight. Both these guys are really good. But I can just see Taira maybe grappling, taking the back of Van or something. I feel like Van probably better striker in this fight. He's a good boxer, but I feel like Taira is going to get this job done. And I can see him getting the submission. And now, moving up to the main event, Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. And I'm going with Chimaev to win this fight. I don't see any world where Strickland wins this, to be honest with you. Obviously, I don't see any world in which Chimaev finishes Strickland either in this fight. I correctly predicted Chimaev would beat DDP by a decision. And I literally see the same outcome in this fight. I mean, I just think Khamzat, obviously, good grappler. Strickland, got good takedown defense and stuff. So I can just see Chimaev, either taking him down and just, controlling him. Because he's, he did DDP, just didn't try and threat a submission or anything. Just held him down. Didn't let him do anything. Threw a few little shots that did nothing as well. Because I think Sean Strickland will be able to... He probably will stuff a few takedown defenses early. Will definitely get taken down a couple of times, and we'll see how he gets back up. But yeah, it's going to be... I don't see it being that exciting, to be honest, unless Strickland manages to rock Chimaev in some way. That would be awesome. But otherwise, it's just going to be Chimaev controlling Strickland for most of the fight. Even if he just is up against the fence trying to get a takedown, he'll probably still win because Strickland won't be doing anything. So I think it's going to be quite boring, and I reckon Chimaev gets the win by decision. So there are my predictions for UFC 328. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoy, remember leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.